Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday, the 8th of March 2023. In today's Millwall news, we're going to start off with this from southernnews.co.uk. Rowett provides injury update as Millwall trio target international break return. The Lions are optimistic that Tyler Berry could return to action before the end of March as he continues to make progress with his hip injury. Rowett expects 3 of Millwall's 4 injured players to return around March international break. The Lions are currently without Tyler Berry, Callum Styles, Mason Bennett and Billy Mitchell, although the manager is hopeful that he will have the core of his squad fit for the running next month. Styles is the only long-term doubt in the group, with Rowett providing a positive update ahead of Saturday's trip to Reading. I think Tyler's probably the closest. I like to think he was back in before the international break, he told me. Billy and Benno have got a chance of being back after the international break, so probably for West Brom. Styles, though, he looks like he's out for the best part of the season. It'll be a bonus to get him back before the end of the season. At the moment, it's looking like quite a complicated injury. I don't think it'll be an easy one to rush back, and that's the expectation that the three will be back by the international break. Tyler maybe a little bit before, and that's back as in back in training. Not then they obviously got to get up to speed. A number of players have also been unwell in the last few weeks. With Oliver Burke, Duncan Watmore and Jamie Shackleton all missing games as a result. However, Rowett is confident that they are now over the worst of it and can focus on their attention on the final 11 games of the season. Jamie was ill on the morning of the game, which disrupted the opportunity to pick a similar team. Whether I'd have done that, I think Lenny would have probably started anyway. Romain and Adamo played the under-21s game on Tuesday to get them some minutes, to get them up to speed, and make sure they don't lose out on that development of game time. I would imagine that Shacks will be fine. I think we've had quite a few that haven't felt great. Duncan was under the weather at the weekend, so that's why I didn't start him. It's a difficult scenario to be in when someone hasn't been well. Do you start them? Do you even bring them on? Hopefully we can get that out of the building and make sure that come the weekend, everyone is flying and ready to go. I don't know about that because the weather's turned awful, isn't it? It's very cold, freezing, a bit of snow in and not in London, I don't think, but further north. In fact, there was a situation. So I told you last week, I believe Millwall Community Trust are offering football coaching in Edenbridge. That was supposed to take place today. It was postponed, I saw on Twitter, because of the freezing weather. So yeah, not. I don't know. Are they out training in this cold weather? Maybe not the best thing to do. Maybe they should go training indoors. But we shall see. Let's hope they'll fit and raring to go for Reading on Saturday. So, talking of the international break, we have the Irish FA, theirishfa.com. That is Northern Ireland. They have announced the squad for the 2 qualifiers, Euro 24 qualifiers, against San Marino in San Marino and in Belfast against Finland later this month. And of course, the ubiquitous senior member of the Northern Ireland squad, George Saville, has been announced, has been in that squad. So there he is there, George Saville, Paddy McNair, Shane Ferguson and George Saville. So there you go. And that's what he'll be doing in the international break. So let's hope he gets through that fine. Now we move on to a topic that I hope I can discuss and come through the other side not too scarred, not too perturbed. So here we go. Let's see if I can do it, eh? So this is from millwallfc.co.uk. Millwall pledges support for Muslim players. Millwall Football Club is proud to announce its signing of the Muslim Athletes Charter, an initiative helping sporting organisations build environments and cultures which actively support players of that faith. And the club's commitment to further recognising the needs of Muslim players and staff, and indeed those of all other faiths, is part of Millwall's wider effort to deliver equality and diversity throughout all aspects of its operations. 7 players within Millwall's academy are Muslim, and the club's signing of the charter will help to ensure inclusivity, providing them with the best possible platform to flourish with the Lions each and every day. Millwall CEO Steve Kavanagh said, "Through the club's Equality Steering Committee, we are continually looking at ways to enhance our anti-discrimination work, and signing Muslim Athletes Charter is the latest step forward in this regard. It sees the imperative that the club incorporates the differing needs of our Muslim players as part of overall training plans, facilities, logistics and more, and we are all supportive of the Charter's purpose in helping clubs to achieve this. As a club, we are striving to create an environment where players and staff can maximise their ability and talent, and this will help those of Muslim faith to do exactly that." Ebador Rahman, a founder and CEO of Nugent Sports, who produced the charter, added, "Yeah, we're delighted to have Millwall sign a charter and to join the movement of organisations pledging their support to Muslim athletes, staff and fans. It is the beginning of a journey that will help everyone come together and contribute to a more tolerant, diverse and inclusive community." So yes, here we go. Let's see if I can start talking about this and start telling you what's going on. So, go into the website of Nugent Sports. Okay, so when I saw this, I think, okay, that's cool. What's it about? What is this Muslim Affiliate Charter? So I'll go to this. This is newgymsports.co.uk and trying to find out what this charter is and what it entails. And on their own website, they've just got pictures and copy pasta. That is meaningless gobbledygook, just going around and around. The pledge. Talking about the pledge. Where's the pledge? I couldn't find the charter on their own website. Interesting. So what is that about now? This is a company based in E328B, which I believe is Bethnal Greenway. I'm not too sure. Bow, is it Bow? E3. Now, so I'm trying to find out about this charter. Like Millwall signed it. What is in it? What's in it? So I'm going around. And then I get to some stories and some pieces from 2021. So this one here is from June 2021. This is from Islam21c.com, and there was some other things on BBC. So they put out some kind of Nugent Sports, I think, put out like a press release, and it was picked up, and some of the things were mentioned in that. Okay, so here we go. So, a prominent non-profit Muslim organisation has successfully developed a revolutionary charter which aims at highlighting many of the sensitive religious concerns and needs of Muslim athletes. Okay, that's interesting. Right, because according to my homework, so that sounds, you read that first line there, that sounds like non-profit Muslim organisation. So non-profit, you would think, oh, what is that, like a charity? No, it is not a charity. They do not have a registered charity number. It is in fact a private limited business registered at Companies House, although it is a CIC, which is a community involved company, whatever that means. So this is a business. They are trying to make money. They don't. So they offer various services. They sell packs for Ramadan that contain various stuff like prayer beads and honey and dates and water from Zamzam and some perfume as well, which I assume the clubs pay for that. I'm not too sure. Maybe they get funding from Saudi Arabia or someone, I don't know. And then they offer services like PR. If you get embroiled in like a emergency PR, if you get a situation at the club that you need help, that's involving like Muslims, maybe being involved in something, and you can just call them up and they can come in and help out in terms of, I imagine, going to the press and labeling them as Islamic or Islamophobic or something like that. I don't know how it works, but I guess it's something like So yeah, it is actually a business. So I would imagine why they don't have the charter on their website is because if I see this and I think, oh, that sounds like a good idea, let me have a look and see, because I've just seen Millwall signed up for it. So if I'm like a non-league club, I think, oh, okay, we've got a few Muslims around here, let's see what it is. So then I look at it and think, oh, okay. And then you see what it is, and oh, we'll do that. But you don't sign up for it, and you don't give this company money. You can just do it because you know what the rules are, you know what the charter is. You don't have to officially sign the charter and get the little gold star from this company saying, "Oh, you're good to Muslims. Here's a sticker. Stick it on your website." You can just do what they say you need to do to be a good company towards Muslim athletes, and just do it yourself and not give them any money. So I'm guessing that's why they don't have it anywhere on their website about what you actually need to do. But don't worry, I found it. But more on that later. So, New Gym Sports, a London-based Muslim organisation, launched a groundbreaking document in an attempt to raise awareness of the many challenges and complications that Muslim athletes face in the sports sector. The charter requests a number of accommodations which would allow Muslim athletes to perform their athletic requirements without contravening any of their religious tenets. Okay. The landmark 10-point Muslim Athletic Charter is comprehensive in its scope. Nugent believes that the document counts as being a crucial step for bringing change in the sports sector. Several prominent sports organisations have acknowledged the charter and are already making clear their support for creating positive change within their respective organisations and collectively across the UK sports sector. So that's a quote there. In addition to welcoming these developments, Nugent will likely provide further support to these organisations in order to make progress on recognising and providing support for Muslim athletes. And then in an interview with BBC Sport, the CEO celebrated the launch of the charter. And there's the quote there. And then they talk about Watford signing up to it. This is in 2021. The first article, so here we go. We're starting to see the articles of the charter. The first article of the charter concerns the second pillar of Islam, Salah. It stipulates that all subscribing organisations shall fully commit to the following. Muslim athletes will be provided with appropriate places to pray whenever training, travelling, or participating in competition. So, there you go. Moreover, Article 2 emphasises the need for clubs and organisations to provide halal food. The chart adds in another article that players ought to be allowed to attend Friday prayers whenever their team is neither travelling nor partaking in any athletic events. So, I guess to miss training, or is training part of athletic events? I don't know. But in addition, the document stresses the fact that the consumption of alcohol is strictly forbidden in Islam and urges non-Muslim colleagues to be aware of this religious ruling. Appreciation of this sensitive matter is important, particularly in light of athletic celebratory events, which sometimes include the distribution and spraying of alcohol. Indeed, I believe, so when Liverpool won the title, I believe they didn't spray because Sadio Mane is a Muslim and they knew about this before and they didn't do it. But more on that later. So yeah. He goes on to mention some more things. So it says the release of the charter comes at a time, a most opportune time. Just last week, the French international footballer Paul Pogba, who plays as a midfielder for Manchester United, made headlines when he removed a bottle of non-alcoholic Heineken beer that had been placed in front of him before his interview. Yeah. So do you remember this? He removed a bottle of non-alcoholic beer. So what's that about? Is it the perception or is it the reality? Because the reality is that beer is non-alcoholic. There is no alcohol in that beer, but it looks like a real beer. If you didn't know, I think the blue label means it's non-alcoholic because there's a beer called Beck's Blue and that's non-alcoholic as well. So I assume the blue label denotes that thing. I don't know if that's a standard industry thing, but the perception is, so a Muslim watching this on TV will think, oh, my brother Paul Pogba, why does he have beer in front of him? Why is he have alcohol in front of him. Why? But then you look behind him, and the thing on the signs on behind him, there's the beer company's logo is still there. So what if he had got up and just ripped that apart and just tore off the Heineken signs on that sign? And there's Just Eat there. Is that Just Eat, or what is that? The orange one, is that Just Eat? What if you? Well, they serve alcohol on that. I mean, how far down the rabbit hole are we going to get? But again, it's the perception of the reality. So that, in reality, that was a non-alcoholic beer. So that you're a Muslim, that's nothing to you. But he perceived it to be beer, so he got rid of it. And again, so let's say we win the playoffs, and they give the players non-alcoholic champagne to spray. And again, they spray it, but it's non-alcoholic. But the perception is that they're spraying champagne, and there's a Muslim player there. Oh my God! Someone watching on TV think, why are they spraying alcohol on my Muslim brother? What the fuck are they doing? What are these pigs doing? So again, the reality, is it the reality or is it the perception? Which this thing seems to be. We're giving this company money so they can give us a sticker that we can put on our website and tell everyone, hey, look, the perception is we're nice to Muslims, so, and we've got the sticker to prove it because we paid for it. So is this a scam? I'm not saying it is a scam, but is it a scam? Because Millwall not have a good history with scams. Again, this isn't a charity. This is a company. This is a company that's making money, although it's a non-profit. So then they go on about Ronaldo moving the coke away as well. And then they talk about the Ramadan packs. So earlier this year, just before the commencement of the month of Ramadan, New Gym Sports delivered a number of Ramadan packs to players across 92 clubs, which included Huddersfield Town. So what was this about? It seems that these are unsolicited, I assume, but these were freebies. But then in the future, are they going to make the clubs pay for these? Is this a thing that they want to do to make money? I don't know. But so this is where I found out a little bit about what the 10 charters, the 10 things in the charter are. Now, luckily, this guy here, Shahir Chowdhury, who wrote this story, he wrote it like a Wikipedia article. He put in the references, so you can see the 2 there in the brackets. And scroll down, and underneath, he's got his sources. And here we go. So as part of their PR, it looks like they've sent all the press a link to a Dropbox.com web address that has the actual brochure on it. So we can actually see what they're getting clubs to sign up to. And here we go. I finally found it after about 2 or 3 hours of looking. Here we go, the Muslim Athlete Charter. So let's have a read of this and see. So look here, Nujim Gold Star. These are the things that you can stick on your website once you pay them the money and sign up, and you can get a gold star saying you're halal and not haram. Yeah, the pledge, the charter. So the pledge is just the beginning. A suite of toolkits, resources to help organisations realise those targets. The pledge is the first step to becoming accredited New Gym Gold Star organisation. Signatories to the pledge are making clear their support for creating positive change within their respective organisations and collectively across the UK sports sector. Signatories of the pledge will have the opportunity to profile their work to improve the culture within their respective organisations. New Gym Sports will profile pledge organisations with their permission through blogs and social media. So it looks like we've got the one on the left. That's what we paid for. We got the Muslim Athlete Charter. Tick. That's what we got. And if we're good and we do all the right things and pay enough money, we can get the gold star. Isn't that would be great, isn't it? So where is this chart? So here we go. I've got it. I found it. Number 1, Muslim athletes will be provided with appropriate places to pray whenever training, travelling, or participating in competition. Muslim athletes will be provided with halal food whenever food is prepared for all athletes. This includes while travelling and at any venue they are competing. Muslim athletes will be provided with alternative clothing should they request it, and they believe it contradicts their spiritual or ethical beliefs. Here's where it gets a bit fun, and I might get in a bit of trouble. So, what does this mean? Well, how sponsor on the shirt? Are alcohol companies allowed to sponsor shirts? Well, not. I don't know if they are, but if they are, a Muslim player can say, "Yeah, I don't want to wear that on my shirt. Take it off, please. Thank you very much." Now, rainbows that say "We love gay people." A Muslim player can say, "I'm not wearing that gay shit. Get that off my shirt." And I don't know if you've been following in America. This has happened in ice hockey recently. They had Pride Month in America in March. Is it? No, was it February? I don't know. And there was an ice hockey player. They had Pride jerseys, and I think he was a Christian. Actually, I think he might have been Russian or may have been American. A player said, "I ain't wearing that shit, bruv. Fuck that." So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Which side do you go with? Do you go with the Muslims or do you go with the gays? And which one's going to get more upset and damage your reputation more by throwing shit at you in the press? And you've seen it. You're seeing it playing. I don't know if you've seen it played out in with J.K. Rowling and support for real women over the new women, shall we call them? The men who are pretending to be women, and others as well. It gets a bit dicey when you start dealing with this kind of thing, but this is what Millwall signed up for. Now, I haven't heard of any Muslims doing this, but we have heard of Irish players doing this. Poppies on the shirt, refusing to wear poppies on the shirt. Festi Eboli, and obviously James McLean have refused to wear shirts with poppies on. Maybe Muslims as well. I don't know. I don't think that's really their bag. It's not really Christian thing. Kind of seems to go with their religion because major tenet of their religion is jihad, which basically means war. So remembering like people who fought for Islam in war is a thing that they do. They mark the martyrs in Palestine and elsewhere. So in terms of remembering war dead, I don't think they should have an issue with that. But if it does come up, I mean, wow, that will be a bomb thrown into the fans, won't it? So let's move on. Colleagues will be informed about the non-consumption of alcohol for Muslim athletes. This is particularly important when celebrating the performances with colleagues, which sometimes includes the distribution and spraying of alcohol. Muslim athletes will be considered. Number 5, Muslim athletes will be consulted in advance regarding their faith-based needs when joining the organisation. Okay, so basically you'll tell them, okay, this is what we got for you. We've got this prayer room, we've got this. We understand you're a Muslim. We're going to do all these things for you. Fair enough. Number 6, Muslim athletes will be provided faith-based spiritual help and support if requested. This includes access to a local Muslim chaplain. So we have Father Owen Beaumont. I don't know if is he still doing it, but now we're going to have a Muslim chaplain as well. Where will that come from? There's a mosque in Burgess Park, isn't there? Will it be from there? The one on Oldcombe Road? Like, where do you get them from? Because I don't know if you know this, they're not all the same. They're very, very different depending on which country they come from. North African ones are different, obviously, from Pakistani ones and Iranian ones. So Number 7, Muslim athletes will be allowed to attend Friday midday prayers at a mosque when they are not competing or travelling. So it says competing or travelling. So I guess that's just all day general training. So they can have Friday off training. Or they have to leave early. Number 8, Muslim athletes will be allowed to fast during the month of Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Their nutritional needs will be discussed in advance before the commencement of Ramadan. So obviously you're going to have the sports nutritionist and the fitness coach and all come up with a plan. They have plans for various players, like do this stuff, whatever, strength training plans and stuff. They have to have a Ramadan training plan, which isn't an issue for Millwall because we did this under Jimmy Abdou. Jimmy Abdou was would fast during Ramadan, and we had to accommodate that when we were very happy to. And Jimmy Abdou is very well loved at Millwall. There's not a problem with that. Number 9, Muslim athletes will be allowed to withdraw from the non-Muslim religious celebrations which the organisation partakes in whenever possible. Discussions pertaining to these events should take place with the athlete in advance. So, what does that mean? Junior Lions Christmas party. Oh yeah, I'm a Muslim. I'm not gonna do that, even though that kind of thing. I know Muslim kids, most of them, they love Christmas. They like the celebration of it. It's just like most people in this country, they're not Christians. But they still celebrate Christmas. Why? Because it's an end of year celebration. So, but they can say, yeah, Junior Lions Christmas party or whatever other stuff we do. Not going to do that. Thank you very much. And number 10, Muslim athletes will be given space to express their views on their faith without judgment. As with all comments and views, Muslim athletes must, whenever possible, discuss any public statements in advance with the organisation. Okay, fair enough, I guess. But there you go. There's the 10 point Muslim charter that Millwall have signed up to. And then, so they got some more stuff. And I think they're talking about, so according to the thing before, we've got 7 players in the club that are Muslim, in the academy it says. So I think this is aimed at more like places like Burnley and Blackburn and stuff that have a lot of Muslims, maybe in Birmingham as well. But they've got all kinds of things like this is what you could be doing. Do you send Ramadan and Eid greetings from your social media platform? Do you give gifts on Eid to your Muslim athletes? Do you discuss with Muslim athletes faith-based requirements during the initial induction or pre-induction? So there you go. And then they've got more questions like, do you do this? Do you do that? Do you do this? Got 24 questions there. Now they're talking about fans. Muslim fans. Allow food in the stadium for fans. Well, if it tastes better than the shit we get now, why not? I love a bit of curry. Why not? Prayer space for fans. Alcohol-free zone for fans. Kind of. The family zone. A dialogue with the local Muslim community. So there you go. And if you do that, you can get that sticker there that says Fans for Diversity. And you get to put that on your website. So what now? We will send you all the information along with the templates so you can share your commitment to the pledge with all your athletes, fans in your organisation. So there you go. If you have signed the pledge already, you can download all the assets from our website. If there is something specific you would like to help with, please reach out to the Nugem team. There you go. Here's the certificate that you get for giving them money and signing up to this. There you go. Look, pledge logo. Isn't that great? And I think even at the bottom they give you a little press release. Yeah, look. They give you a little template. You just put where it says your organisation. You put your organisation, and it just copy and paste. Yeah, look, your company name, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Send this out to the press. It's all already done. All very slick and calculated. It is. Remember, this is not a company. This is not a charity. This is a business. This is a non-profit organisation registered at Companies House. So there you go. And I'll put the link to this in the description below. If you would like to read this and share it amongst yourselves. Although it is a Dropbox.com situation that was sent out to press as part of a PR thing. So if they see this and they're not happy that it's got out, they may very well delete it. So you might want to make a copy of it. Now, so what does this mean for Millwall? Well, Ramadan begins on Wednesday the 22nd of March. It ends on Thursday the 20th of April. Now they said we had 7 players in the academy that are Muslim. I'm assuming that Abdul Malik is one, just based on the name. He may not be, based on his name. Sounds like a Muslim name. Now, is Romain Esse a Muslim? He is of Ivorian descent, and in the Côte d'Ivoire, 40% of the country is Muslim. So Romain Esse may very well be Muslim, and this could have, if he's fasting during Ramadan, I don't know if he does that. This may very well affect him. Like I said, the accommodations were made for Najim Abdu, of the Comoros and Millwall at the time he was doing it, and it wasn't really made public. It was just a thing. Okay, oh, it's Ramadan. Oh, that's why he's on the bench. Oh, okay, he's doing this, he's doing that. Okay, no one really cared. But so these are the dates: 22nd of March, 20th of April. So in terms of the fixtures that we've got, obviously we have that game there. We've got a game on Friday at the Den, Friday prayers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games from the first team. If Romain Esse is a Muslim, I don't know if he is, but if he is, good 5 games that could be affected in terms of him playing in that game. Obviously, one of those is at night, 7:45, although that is on the 18th of April. So I'm assuming the sun goes down before then. So that might not be a problem. But there you go. So we could have the first team impacted by Romain Esse, but in terms of coming off the bench. But again, you don't want him fainting or stuff like that. You really want to manage him and make sure he's all right, especially because he's young. Like he's not done this before for too long. He might not know how to manage it properly. If he is, I don't even know if the lad's Muslim. He might not be. He's from Côte d'Ivoire, and 40% of them are Muslim. So he might be a 60% that isn't. So again, I don't know. That's the first team. But in terms of the under 21s, of course, Abdul Malik definitely sounds Muslim. So they've got a game just before it starts, at Colchester United away, and then game on Monday, game on Tuesday. So they've got 3 games. That's affected by that, but they're all one of them is at 12, so the 3 p.m. one might be a problem. Again, in terms of the effort made, and being at that time of the day when, like, under the midday sun, probably not the best, and you certainly don't want him collapsing through heat exhaustion or some other stuff. So this is the thing that we signed up for. So there you go. Like I say, it seems to be a thing where we pay them money and they give us a gold star, saying, "Oh yeah, they're all right. They are. They're not. They're good to Muslims. It's fine." And it just seems to be like a PR washing. It's similar to the Black Lives Matter thing in America, where large corporations are just donating millions and millions, like Nike and stuff, to Black Lives Matter, and then it turns out 3 years later that none of that money's gone anywhere except for buying houses for the lesbians who run Black Lives Matter. So, but this company, they seem to be doing things. I'm not saying it's a scam. They are doing things. They have events where they have different Muslim athletes come together. They do stuff. It looks like they're doing stuff. They hold meetings and stuff. But still, it seems to be a situation where you pay someone money and then they give you a badge saying you're not an Islamophobe, which is seems a bit off. I mean, why can't you just go up to a Muslim player and say, "Oh, you're Muslim. How can we treat you well at this club? What do we need to do for that?" And just do it on a person by person basis. But what do I know? And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.